Hey there, everybody, and good afternoon. Josh Cantwell here with strategicrealestatecoach.com, and I am jazzed up this afternoon to be with all of you live and in person. So let's just talk real quick about some of the easy ones. So for those of you that are using the MLS, great. This is strategy 1 and 2. You should be hooked up with a realtor. You should be hooked up with a buyer's agent who can go into the MLS and set you up with an MLS drip. Now, what is an MLS drip? An MLS drip is where you receive automatic emails every time a property that meets your criteria has been listed, or if there's a price reduction, or if the property is back on the market. Okay? If the property is back on the market, are you able to get a notification right to your inbox that that property is on the market and ready for sale? Okay? So even though all of you have already said, you know what, the MLS is too competitive, all the houses are selling very quickly, you still need to pay attention to the MLS. Okay? You still need to pay attention and get an MLS drip. Okay? Because the drip, the email every day will give you inventory. Here's an example of a property. This property at 1473 Lakewood Avenue was listed on the MLS in 2013, was listed for $115,000. We tracked it, and we tracked it, and we tracked it, and it came off the market and went back on the market. It went off the market and came back on the market. And guess what? In 2015, we bought it for just $40,000. We got private money of $105,000. We outsourced the improvements. We launched and sold the property. We sold it in October of 2015 for $175,000, and we walked away with $32,000 of net profit after all was said and done. $32,000 of net profit from an MLS property. Now, is this a property that, I would have thought, hey, were we actually going to get? No. But we tracked it and we followed it and it went off the market, came back on the market. Okay? So the MLS. Number 2 is Zillow. Just real quick, let's cover Zillow. You get all the inventory that's on the MLS, it's also on Zillow. Now, the only reason I want to point this out is my brother Mark and I, we use the Zillow app in the field, okay, to just get comps, to search neighborhoods, okay? That's really all we use it for. Trulia.com. Right? You guys are probably all familiar with Trulia.com. Now with Trulia, the one thing I want to point out is that they have a hot properties section in Trulia, okay? And they have a heat map in Trulia that shows us where properties are selling, and then also shows us where are the crime rates. Okay? What are the crime rates in different cities? It's either green, yellow, orange, or red. Okay, so we don't find a lot of properties on the MLS, Zillow, or Trulia, but you absolutely need to be using these tools to get used to them to show you where the hot properties are at and also where the heat maps are at. Okay? Realtor.com, another very simple one. Now, most people, again, use Realtor.com just to look at comps. It's very updated. I don't really use it on a regular basis to find deals, but it's a website that we do look at. It's something I can easily look up on my phone. It's something I can easily find comps. I can look at new properties that have come on the market. Okay, so the first 5, really super basic, and you should have these tabs open on your computer all day, every day, and be visiting these because they each have different uses. Now, those are the 5 simple and easy ones. They're not really going to bring a lot of horsepower. Chris, do you have any additional comments or thoughts on these first 5? Any other ways that you use them or things that you would basically point out in this kind of quick high-level class?
Yeah, I would say, number 1, the MLS drip I think is very, very important. I'll tell you guys, just yesterday I got a notification that a property that had originally went under contract, I think it was last week that I had made an offer on previously, just came back on the market on Monday, and it was actually a HUD house. So without that notification, I might not have went back, and I made an offer last night on that property. So we'll see if they accept it or reject it or whatnot. But that's very, very important. If I wouldn't have got that notification, I wouldn't have known that, okay, this property is back on the market, because I'm not every single day checking HUD Home Store or checking the MLS. And then somebody could have made an offer yesterday also and beat me out on that.
It's just another tool that you might as well be using every single day, guys. This isn't about using one tool or one strategy. It's about using as many of these techniques as you possibly can, because you just don't know when an offer is going to be accepted. You got to fill in the top of the funnel with as many deals as you can. Strategy number 6 is homepath.com. This is where you can search for thousands of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac properties that are listed for sale. Now, they're not always on the MLS. A lot of times, they'll be on the MLS as well. But homepath.com is all of the Fannie Mae foreclosure inventory. You can search all of the foreclosure inventory instantly. You log in, you create an account, you can search by city, county, beds, baths, and by price. These homes are also listed a lot of times on the MLS or with the realtor, but a lot of times they're not. We'll find properties on homepath.com that are not on the MLS, or properties that go pending, okay, and that they disappear. You would think they would come back onto the MLS, but they don't. But they do end up on homepath.com and not the MLS. Again, so you can set up a HomePath drip where every day they're going to send you the inventory of the properties that are specific Fannie Mae inventory. Now, the other reason why I bring this up is if you're in California or you're in a very hot market like in Texas, maybe you want to think about buying properties in other markets. Maybe you want to look at St. Louis. Maybe you want to look at the industrial Midwest. Okay, maybe you want to look in Oklahoma. Maybe you want to look in other markets. All right, then go to a market that's not quite as sizzling hot as California or Dallas or Houston. And this is an easy way to find virtual inventory. Now, we bought Morrison Avenue. You can see this is a property that we purchased. It was a Fannie Mae property. We bought it for $60,000. We flipped Morrison Avenue and made over $25,000 of net profit. And we were able to get that from homepath.com. 770 Dunbar is another Fannie Mae property. We bought it for $51,400. We found it on homepath.com. And we ended up flipping it and selling it for about $115,000. Okay, and we made over $25,000 of net profit after paying all of our financing costs and all the realtor costs and everything. Now, these two properties we did not find on the MLS. We found them on homepath.com. Number 7, homesteps.com. Similar to HomePath, except this is where you're going to find all the Freddie Mac foreclosed inventory. Again, sometimes these properties are on the MLS, sometimes they're not. Okay, so you have to be using both strategies. So go visit homesteps.com. Again, set up an account, search by city, price, county, beds, and baths, and make sure you're getting a homesteps.com drip of anything that meets your criteria. Now, we found 22277 7th Street. If you look right here at the HUD one when we bought it, okay, we flipped this house last year, and we bought this was a Freddie Mac house that we acquired from homesteps.com. We bought it for $62,000. We put about $30,000 into it, and we sold it for $140,500. Okay, we walked away with over $36,000 in net profit, and this property was, again, we found it on homesteps.com, not on the MLS.